what? Surprise, you little bold. Hey there, Roscoe.
What the hell you talking about me for, boy?
Wait a minute, hold up now. Why do I look like I'm selling alternating parts with a burrito?
What a burrito? Shit, I don't goddamn know. Maybe I hit one of them, I licked one of them horny frogs.
The horny frogs look like somebody farted in your soup.
Yeah, look, them motherfuckers, look, boy, they do some strange thing to your eyeballs, goddamn it.
Well, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, somebody shaved all my hair off my face. All I got is a mustache.
Look, I don't know what the hell happened, but you and your cousin need to get that beard straight. I can't be looking at them goddamn.
Look, it's not my fault. I'm feeling kind of naked. My face is naked. You know, I just, every time the wind blows.
Who the hell told you to shave off the goddamn beard, boy?
No, I got, look now, I got possum punks on my face.
Possum pump? What the hell you been doing? What you mean, possum pump? You been pumping possum?
Look, I don't want to talk about it. It was a long time, and I had some loose ones.
Oh, Lord, I'm about to tell Grandma again. Grandma, you're back here hunting possums again.
Don't be telling about my rompers in the woods. Let's get to the show.
Look, goddammit, you want to come over here with the damn beard shaved out? That's your damn fault. You want to share everything with the goddamn world, so share everything with the dang word. Don't leave nothing out.
You see, my hat don't even fit. Somebody's starting to show my face shirt.
I got a question first of all. You shave your face. Did you say a musty stash?
Um,
What did you say? A musty stash?
Yes, so did.
The rash or stash?
A rash.
A mustard rash. A mustard rash.
Hey man, before we get to the people in the chat, it's the ATL Sports
What
Weekend.
is going on? Yeah.
Damn shame.
Coach, you still trying to figure out what's going on?
Damn shame.
I had a feeling because I seen the little pictures. I was like, okay, what they for the club?
Oh, so coach, you like to do representation of Wardell Roscoe.
That's definitely them.
Hey man, thank you guys for tuning in, man. Before we get to the people in the chat, man, I'm gonna shout out my brothers on the panel. To my right, man, y'all know him as the sixth man, K Styles. He is the Silver Fox, aka the Shogun. K Styles, man, tell him what's going on, man.
Oh my goodness.
K Styles is flabbergasted.
I'm sorry, man. The music in that picture it's just something hilariously crazy.
Woo!
That smell like raccoon, moonshine, and goddamn coon dogs. That's what that shit.
Y'all should be from Kentucky.
That part, coach.
Hey man, that I used to go through that all the time to get back home to Ohio. So
hey, look, I'm trying to tell you, if y'all know about Bowling Green, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy.
So to my left, man, y'all know him right now. He looks like is a macho man.
Randy Poe, yeah, that's Randy Poe, okay.
AKA Bad Mike Sports, the senator. What's going on, Bad Mike?
Woo! I'm good, baby.
All right, down below we got the franchise himself, man. We got Big Ant, True Big Ant. What's going on, man?
What's happening? Been a long time since I've been on Friday.
Man, look.
Oh yeah.
All over, man. And then next to him, we got the coach of coaches, man. We got Coach Unchained. Coach, what's going on, man, out there in Seattle?
I'm good. I'm through with that damn shakeup. I'm good. That shit has been working, boy. That's why y'all ain't seen me all week.
Oh man, we got one of our brothers that's normally out taking care of the roads and all y'all packages, man. We got Big Will. Big Will, what's up?
What's happening? What's going on?
Nothing much, nothing much. Hey man, look, like I promised you guys, every other Friday till the season start, we're gonna do NFL Flashback Friday. We'll have a good show for you. Tonight, we're gonna talk about the history of the NFL contracts, salary caps, and all the other stuff that goes with the money. As y'all seen on the show, Legend Man, there's Terry Fontenot. This man right here has has successfully finessed teams 3 straight years in a row, and we hope he continues. But before we get into that, man, let's jump into the chat. Give everybody a shout out. We got in pole position. We got Sherman Wood. He said, "What's good, family?" We got YMOF Jamal. What's good? About whatever. He said, "Yo, John St. Clair, what's going on?" Mucho Grande. Hey, John St. Clair said, "AFN Jug, ban that again." Yeah, man, we try to keep y'all guys entertained. King Quest, what's going on? We got Daniel Berry Sports and highlights. What's going on? Brian Peoples, he said, "Oh hell, not this mess again." We got Dre Murphy. All right, what's going on? Oh, we got Deshaun Caswell. What's going on?
Deshaun, what's going on, Deshaun?
And also, as well as Mucho Grande, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Listen, right now, we're gonna get right into it because we got a lot to talk about. The first thing we want to go over, man, is the history of the NFL contracts. The reason why, because a lot of people don't understand the background, reason why people are getting paid the way they do, why we have the salary cap, what are the incentives, what are the fifth-year options, and all of that, so that y'all can understand the business side of it. So when you hear us talk about certain players getting paid in certain ways, you're not sitting up here having a meltdown, not knowing what's going on. So we're gonna start off with this first. History of the NFL contract. Now, we, I'm not
How about that one? You kind of breaking up there.
Hold up.
There we go. All
All
right, right there.
You good.
Okay, yeah, I think my internet been acting up. Coach, go ahead, man. Kind of give us the background on a lot of these NFL contracts, the history of them.
Hey, one that got some of that massaging all on them goddamn with the internet router.
What? Okay.
Oh,
But now,
I don't even want to know. I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm not going to Willie Town. I'm not going to Willie Town with that one.
well,
That could go so wrong. That could go so wrong right there if I just, oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right.
That's so easy. That was so easy.
Well, as I said, the quarterback's always been the highest paid player on the team. Always. All right. But if you think about it, as TV became more popular, those contracts got higher because people always refer to the team is always about their quarterback. So, but the history is quarterbacks is just all NFL players in general.
Oh, NFL, all of them, Coach.
Okay, like I said, TV revenue because it became so popular, so contracts gonna get higher. So people think that owners are not making money. They think the owners making money from selling the stadium. That money is from that TV and the merchandise they sell around the world, not just the country, around the world. So contracts gonna get paid because these guys gonna get paid because that's what they negotiate. It's a negotiation thing. So I don't have no problem with these guys get paid. Pay me. Yeah.
All right. Big Will, what you got, man? What do you what's your take on, the history of the NFL contracts?
Well, as we know, it goes up every year. So it shouldn't be no surprise to nobody. I mean, if a motherfucker earned the contract, pay the motherfucker. All the folk was over on by Kirk Cousins contract. Look what goddamn Jerry Dawkins signed. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if they earned it, they got the, you know what I'm saying, their consistency, and they got a, you know what I'm saying, nice resume. Get them ball what they earn. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's all I got to say to it.
Big Ant, what you got?
Well, if we're gonna take it back, you know who started this? These quarterbacks getting all this money, right? It was that highlight reel that was down here in Atlanta. He was the
Hmm.
first
EA
quarterback
Sports.
to
He's in the
get
game.
$100 million contract,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
since
What the name
then,
is? At? What the name is? At?
Mr. Vick,
Oh, okay.
and since then it's skyrocketed.
It ain't went down.
Ain't went down at all.
Hmm. I'm
Like
glad you
somebody meat.
open with.
Like what, man?
Oh
Like
no!
somebody
Don't say
meat.
it again. No, don't.
Y'all know where I'm going with that. I'ma just leave it right there.
You talking
See,
about what I
Mm,
said? Goddamn it! This
mm,
motherfucker.
yeah, we gonna leave that one alone.
Hold on.
Goodness me.
Let me
we're
put
not
the
doing
hood on
that.
for that.
That could go.
No,
I know what I
no,
meant by it.
no,
I know exactly what I meant by it, and they probably do too.
Mm-mm,
Oh, that's how much
mm.
cows cost. Okay, I got you.
There
And
you
we
got
ain't,
it, coach. You
hey,
got it,
hey,
coach.
hey,
You
hey,
right
hey,
there.
look, look, and we ain't talking about Arby's either.
We got the
We got
meats.
the meat.
we don't
Right.
have those meats.
Dre Murphy said
No diddy.
Manscaped.
No diddy.
No, did
No,
it?
no did it.
Nope,
No did it.
absolutely not.
Ain't gonna be no diddy pretty soon.
So Mike,
Woo! Don't, oh, coach. Oh, coach.
We're not doing that.
And
Mike,
it's done.
you've been one to help explain some of these contracts and everything. Give us your take on the history of the NFL contracts in your opinion.
Um, I don't like the contract uh for one reason at all. I just don't think these players are mature enough to handle them. I don't have a problem with
Mhm.
guys being able to get paid. I think everybody should be able to get paid, but the maturity level and the responsibility that comes with those contracts is what where I say what a lot of guys just ain't built for. Like they've been taught from high school how to be spoiled brats. This is what happens with Justin Fields. Okay, yes, I said his name. This is what happened to a lot of guys coming out, not just him, not gonna single him out, but this is what happened to him. Justin Field has not gotten any more mature than when he was in high school. He's still the same player. He still got the same mentality. He doesn't want to learn. He doesn't want to become a better quarterback. He think he's perfectly fine. He's Cam Newton. Cam Newton still think he's an all-pro quarterback, and he ain't been the same in 10 years. Okay? So it's a responsibility and a maturity level that comes with these contracts that I have a problem with. I'm all for guys getting paid, but that's a lot coming with that money, man. It's like you get that money, man. People start looking for you to look at. They start looking at you like you are the way. All right, and I'm not talking about Neo. I'm talking about you. Like I'm talking about the past. They start looking at you like you Jesus Christ.
You ain't lying about that.
Like you are my way. You are the center of the universe. So it's like that, and that's what a lot of young players are not ready for. So for that reason alone, that's why I'm not up for the contract. But I'm all for everybody getting paid, man. Everybody deserves to get their money.
Hmm. K Styles, what's your thoughts on it?
As we already know how these contracts and how the money is always set up, it's always based on the NFL revenue.
Hmm.
How much money can they make in a year? And that usually determines the payday for a lot of these players. Now, when we look at see right now we're at a point in time, and I'm just gonna specifically focus on the quarterback position here in particular. A lot of folks don't remember when rookie quarterbacks were making $80 million a year, making
Sam Bradford.
Damn.
$80 million, $90 million contracts off rip.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know where you go in this case, man. Go ahead.
See, the revenue of the NFL dictates who gets paid or how much teams can spend. The player has to be available at the right time in order to get said payday. Jamarcus Russell, Sam Bradford, Lord have mercy.
When did they stop that?
Sam Bradford was the last one.
And Cam, Cam came up the next
Cam,
year. They
yeah.
screwed him. He was screwed.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much had to change the rules once Cam got in there because it was getting ridiculous at a point in time.
Sam got paid.
See, it's nothing wrong with players getting paid. You make all the money you make, they give you the money, you're not gonna turn it down.
No.
But the problem is once it becomes a distraction as far as team building processes come, that's usually when it becomes a problem. That said, $130 million quarterback that the Falcons had and Mike Vick, that was the issue. Like I said, a lot of people don't talk about that where he was the highest paid quarterback in NFL history at that point in time, taking up 48% of the cap. And this is why they had to kind of cap that position in itself. Well, early on anyway. So as far as NFL contracts, hey, why do you think they got a bunch of damn sponsors? They sponsored by every damn body. Every year is a new sponsor.
And
Do all teams?
Go ahead, Mike.
Well, all the teams get a percentage. Well, it's like revenue sharing. So depending on whatever is the lowest market, that's how teams get paid. So if a team doesn't, because what the NFL doesn't want to do is to have an owner, and that's why owners have to have certain amount of money to even get approved by the board. So it just goes down to whichever market to help improve the brand itself, because the objective is to make it a global. So they're always going to have that. They're always going to have revenue sharing, just to make sure that they have the necessary pieces in place. As far as like for Atlanta, for example. Now, if you come to Atlanta and like even places in Washington, where coach where coach on the West Coast, California, all those teams. Most of those teams are pretty good as far as revenue is concerned, because they have a pretty good population within their city limits. So they're gonna be good. But teams like Alabama, Jacksonville isn't as big as people think they is. They share a lot of their fan base with Atlanta and a lot of Georgia. So a lot of those teams don't receive a lot. So they get a lot of money from the revenue. So if the NFL isn't making money, then other teams don't make money. So they need this revenue sharing.
Right. And like if you look at it from the 70s, 80s, and 90s to now, the more sponsors that the NFL adds on, that gives them a lot more money to work with. And this is the reason why you started to see players' contracts begin to go up, especially in the last, 30 years or so. Because some of our favorite players from the early days, especially when we were young, they wasn't making that much.
They weren't getting dead squat.
Yeah,
they was barely making $1 million. Some of the best players was getting paid like $2 million.
Right.
If that.
And a lot of them had to do what the average person did. You living off a pension, you living off of Social Security. But that actually, this conversation right here, I like where it's going. It's going to segue into the next topic, which is, and everybody gonna like this one. Introduction of the introduction of the NFL salary cap. And the
Can I
reason
start
why I
this?
picked this top, yeah,
Oh,
because I
go
know
ahead.
what you're going. I'm gonna follow you up on this one.
One word: Dallas Cowboys. Go ahead, one.
Absolutely, absolutely. But
There it
before we
is.
get to that, K Styles, we got a $2 from Vincent Moore. He says, "How much revenue does the NFL get from Madden?"
They don't
Um,
get any. They don't get revenue from Madden. What they do, the players get money from having
Right.
their name
NIL.
and rights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like NIL. So they have their name. Like every player has the rights. They have the ability to sell their name as rights, as their name is a brand. So
Yeah.
like let's just say AFN for example. Um, if Ant wanted to be on AFN, or Ant has to sign his rights over to AFN in order to get his name inside the game of Madden. So that's kind of how the NFL Players Association. That's how they do it. They have to sign in. They write their names over. So the NFL, the NFL players, they get a percentage, and then a certain team, they get the rest. But they make money off of it. But it's not the way that a lot of people think.
Right.
A lot of that money is built into that contract because of that
Right,
percentage.
because of exactly.
Now go ahead, K Style, because I know you was on to something, and I'm gonna back you up on this because
oh no,
this
that's
right.
all that's all I had to say. I was segue into somebody else to see if they follow that.
Okay, all right. So
Dallas
I'm a
Cowboys.
so okay, and I'm reason because I got a family stake in this conversation right here. Pretty
Oh
much what
boy.
happened is in the mid to late '90s, we're gonna say mid '90s, the Dallas Cowboys were able to draft all of the best players, just from any team, doesn't matter who it was, they were able to draft them, and that's when they were able to build that dynasty that they had with all of those Hall of Famers. In which where, Buffalo Bills got drugged 4 times in a row. We already know how that happened. But what began to happen is, and Mike has said it many times, the NFL looked at it as it wasn't a level playing field. Because if you got one organization with a lot of money that's able to get all of the best players, it's like you're not making football interesting. And if you don't make it interesting, people stop watching. So what they did was they introduced a salary cap, meaning that every team in the league has a certain amount of money that they have allocated to their team that they can use for undrafted free agents, the draft, and all that, and some players in between, in and out of the season. Plus, it allows them to get in a certain amount of picks based on where they fall at the end of the season. That way, you're not just being able to snatch everybody up and just build one super team that there's nobody that can compete with it.
Like the
Um,
Yankees,
Also,
like the Yankees.
you saw what happened
also,
with them.
also what that free agency done. Also, I'm not free. What the salary done, it opened up the free agency. Also, gave these guys
Mm-hmm.
better negotiation power to go to different teams too. Because,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, the Cowboys, San Francisco, Pittsburgh, those guys had the same guys for years because they
Mhm.
were able to pay them. So with that salary cap, you had a certain amount of money. These guys want more money, so they had the opportunity to go to different teams too. So it almost
Mm-hmm.
came about the same time. That free agency and the salary cap almost came in almost the same time. So that's what shit. I'm about to choke here. But that salary cap.
What you got, Ant?
Uh, I mean, y'all said everything. I mean, the Cowboys messed it up for everybody. I mean,
I see. I would add a little bit something
Hey,
to it.
they
I'm gonna add a little sauce to it. Go ahead,
they
Rick.
actually helped everybody. That's what they did. They made it an even playing field, so you can have the stars and the talented players spread it out. instead of
Mm-hmm.
being in one globe area, like all the oil money and shit, like Texas and all the Hollywood money, like up there in goddamn California. It made it where everybody can have a chance. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
So basically, all this is, all those people that um when all the Jim Crow laws and all those Jim Crow laws got disbanded, what happened was a lot of those people started investing into sports and sports teams and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So they start, all right, if I can't do it this way, I'm gonna do it this way. So all they did was take that same principle from segregation and whatnot. They turned it to sport. They say I'm about everything. Y'all not gonna have any damn thing. I'm gonna have every fucking thing.
Yep.
I'm gonna have all the best workers. I'm gonna have all the best athletes. I'm gonna have all the best executives. All that. That's all they did. This is what the Dallas Cowboys, and this is when y'all see this bullshit about America's team. What they trying to tell y'all is this is ultimately what Abraham Lincoln tried to abolish. So y'all better think teams. You really better thank some other people for this, because if it wasn't for the Dallas Cowboys being stopped, it would have never stopped. And the same thing even for the base in Major League Baseball. What we were talking about with the Yankees. The Yankees, the same thing. Steinbrenner, all he did, this dude was a billion trillionaire. All he did was spend every dime he got just so he can win championships, and it wasn't fair. So
Right.
the Major League Baseball, all they did was say, "Look, man, we're gonna have a level playing field. We're gonna go to Curacao. We're gonna go to Mexico. We're gonna go all these other Jamaica and find all these guys and say, look, you guys can't come down here. We gonna let teams like the Braves, the Indians, and all those stuff back then when it was the Cleveland Indians. So y'all get off my case, okay? All right, it was they was back then. We're gonna give them the opportunity to get some of the best players there, bringing them home, getting them a couple hundred, getting them a couple hundred grand, or getting them a couple million. Bring your family up here, and then y'all have some of the best players. So they created a system to what we see now, and hopefully it continues to grow with this international football. It happened with NBA, but we needed to happen with the NFL.
Mm-hmm. And we got Fred Butts, $2. Appreciate you, Fred Butts. He said the Cowboys don't have to share their money. I mean, at this point,
They actually do. They actually do. He will literally get kicked out of the owners association if he doesn't. So he has to share. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's called revenue sharing. All the team with the most money has to give a percentage off of every top at the top off the top every year, including the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons, I think they in the top five. I think he was like number three, if I'm not mistaken. Arthur Blank was, as far as the revenue that he's generated with the Atlanta Falcons. So this is another reason why people are upset with the Atlanta Falcons, and y'all need to respect this man. You fucking pieces of shit in Atlanta. All right, you pieces of shit, because this dude is really making hundreds of millions of dollars for y'all to have y'all team here in Atlanta, here in Georgia, and y'all don't even realize that this is a fucking privilege. The kid done said this shit plenty of times. If you don't want to respect Arthur, if you don't want to respect your team, how about we move that motherfucker to Alabama? How about we move it to Jacksonville, because it was almost Jacksonville. It could have been Jacksonville if
Actually,
Taylor Taylor
yeah, it
if he
was actually
wanted to.
supposed to. Actually, the Falcons were actually supposed to be in Jacksonville, really.
That was one of those. That was one of those options, and he said, "Nah, I like Arthur. He's going to do right by the team, so I'm gonna sell it to him."
right, right. Because what they did was they looked at how successful he was with his Home Depot empire. Because at that point in time, Home Depot was mainly in the South. It wasn't all over yet. You know what I'm saying? That's when home improvement really started taking off. So they looked at how he handled business. So now, once we get past that,
And I really mean, I'm sorry, but I really did mean a lot of these Falcon fans are pieces of shit for disrespecting one of the greatest owners in the history of NFL. Nobody has done what Arthur. A lot of owners have not done what he's done, and that's give up damn near $1 billion of his own fucking money so we can have a fucking stadium. I remember times when we couldn't even see our fucking team because a bitch wasn't even on TV. We had to listen to it on the fucking radio,
Right?
and we
I remember that.
disrespecting his fans.
I remember that.
I remember them days.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
That's
even know what
before
I, look. I didn't even know what the damn uniforms looked like.
I mean that, bro.
Right.
That's real.
The only time you saw the Falcons was in one of their highlight reels because this was Braves country.
Yeah,
Mhm.
In Braves country. That's the only thing you saw.
look,
Yep.
look, the
You
club,
barely
look,
saw the
look,
Hawks.
hey, look. Do anybody remember the newspaper clippings? They showed the
yeah.
pictures of the
Bro,
game.
yes.
Yeah.
I cut
remember
them
that.
walls out and put them on my damn wall. I promise you, dog.
Yeah. Now we're gonna get into the juicier part of this conversation here, since we're talking about that, is bam, guaranteed money versus player incentives. Now, y'all always hear us talk,
Ooh.
especially man. Oh yeah. Y'all talk about this because this right here is what bothers a lot of people when we start talking about who we think deserves to get this kind of money, and when we structure contracts, if it's front loaded, if it's back loaded, how does this gets into the breakdown of it. So, and I'm gonna start off with you first, and then we're gonna go around. What's your take on this topic right here?
Well, look, my thing is, if you perform on the field up to a certain standard, then you should be able to have, guaranteed money in your contract.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and incentives, uh, that's more of, protecting the team, you know, like for players that's trying to, we've seen it happen where they try to, pimp the team out of money.
Mm.
I mean, you like let me give you an example. Like they did perform in that contract year, but then when they did get paid, they didn't perform up to that same standard.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's what that's for.
Okay, coach, what you got?
Well, you talking about guaranteed money. Guaranteed money can be a hard thing too because, like Andrew said, your performance. You give somebody guaranteed money, and they don't come perform. Ray Edwards
Ooh.
situation like that.
Uh,
Yeah,
Pain,
somebody like last year,
Painsworth.
like last year, you had your boy Dupree who performed, but he misses the incentive for that $1 million, so he was only a half a second away.
Mhm.
Yep.
So either way, they like I said, when a person get guaranteed money, that means the team expect them to perform. Simple. Player incentive means we expect you to perform, but you got to earn your performance.
Mhm.
So it's one of those weird situations, man. So I prefer player special free agents. I like the player incentive what's because that means they're gonna play hard to try to get that money. That's
Yep.
just me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Bingo.
Right.
guaranteed money. Yeah, I'm going to perform, but I'm not going to take it to the next level unless you just love that game. Like a lot of these guys do, but guaranteed money means shit. I ain't gonna hurt myself. I need to spend that money.
Right.
No.
Right.
Yep, that's it.
K Styles, what you got?
Y'all kind of hit the nail on the head. When we're talking about player incentives versus guaranteed money, all it comes is with expectations. And the problem is I had to look something up here for a little bit. So and kind of piggybacking just a tad bit. The NFL players get a 48% of NFL revenue split with the NFL.
Mm.
That's a lot.
Now,
Oh,
we're
just
talking.
revenue though. Okay, I got you. Go ahead, Spencer.
Yeah. Now, what we're talking about now, because this was negotiated by the Players Association back in 2021, so this is fairly new. And like you said, the thing about it now with this NFL too is now you're adding the gambling aspect of it as well. Now, we're not gonna get too far into that because we seeing a lot of stupid shit with some of these players. I don't know why they do
We've
it.
seen it.
Yeah,
We've seen it.
we've experienced it.
Yep.
But guaranteed money is tricky. I agree with Coach on this. That is definitely a tricky thing to deal with because now does that player have that same fire? Now that he know he's getting paid.
Bingo.
Yeah.
But that what clauses come in at right there, though, K-Style. When they throw a clause in there, you got to perform at a certain, you know what I'm saying?
But
That's what he mean by his. That's what he mean by incentive. That's what incentive.
That's what the player incentive. And this is where the contracts are now going to now, because when we looking at player contracts now, everybody's getting their shit up front. Like, okay, motherfucker.
Right.
Oh, you want more? You want this much? Okay, you want a $200 million contract? Here's $90 million up front.
What that's doing is, see, the NFL started with players was playing for the love of the game because there wasn't a lot of money to go around. What happened is, like coaching them said, when you started getting more sponsors, you had more money allocated. Now players is becoming divas because they like, oh, I'm getting this amount of money up front. You ain't about to kill me. So they don't put in as much effort as they would if they knew they was barely getting anything. So now they had to do this because it's like, okay, we need y'all to show us that y'all really want it. Because you got players going out there giving 25, 30%, then they get hurt. Oh, I can't play, coach. My knee hurts today. Because you got guaranteed. Right. Like, nah. We were not doing that.
That's why they got stuff now to protect themselves to the owners. That's how they was able to come and get some of that money there from Vick game. Came and snatched that money right on up.
No, that was from broken contracts. That they see. There's a difference between guaranteed money incentives and contract clauses. Contract clauses in itself, when it comes down to like the standard contract that already had that built into it from the very beginning. If you break it, these are the rules. If you break it after X amount of years before the second, third year of that contract, all that money we reserve the right to kind of get all that back because you didn't live up to that contract. Go ahead, Kid.
Hey, that's what I'm saying right there. You don't think they had a performance thing already built into the contract?
No, that's a standard contract. That's not a performance.
That's incentive.
Yeah,
that's standard. Yeah, those are what you.
The screen. This is where it all originated from.
Yeah, this is what happened with AB and Julio Jones, because what happened was what team see the thing is owners have no problem with giving guys money, but it creates a Me Too movement, so to speak, in regards to players. When they see one player start, all right, Julio, he negotiated a $60 million guarantee, a $60 million deal because he held out. He knew exactly what his power and like I said, I always say for players, if you know you hold a certain amount of power, use it. Don't abuse it. Okay, there's a major difference. Julio abused that situation. He could have waited. Julio was going to get his money, but what he did in that situation, he abused his power. He took money out of guys' hand, and then we had to let guys walk. Why? Because Arthur had a very keen, and he loved Julio Jones, and he loved the players that he picked. So he used that situation in order to get his money. He used Matt Ryan because let's be clear, that was really Matt Ryan money that he got. It was really Jake. I think it was Jake. It was somebody else who it was somebody else. They either cut or
Uh,
uh
Matt
they
Ryan and Jake
restructured.
Matthews
I
Matt
restructured
believe
their
it was Jake
contract. Yeah.
Matthews.
Matt Ryan
So
restructured his contract.
So he what Julio did, he just took money out of Matt Ryan and Jake Matthews' mouth and put it in his pocket, and he ran to Tennessee. See, this is what teams are trying to avoid. They don't have a problem giving you your money, but when players like that, it's a lack of gratitude, man, that goes with it, and this is
Yeah.
it's gratitude and greed that goes with it that people don't want to deal with. So this is how you avoid all that is what we were talking about is incentives. I need you to play 5 games. I need you to play 10 games. I need you to not get hurt 3 times a year or something like that. To go as far as your injury is concerned, if you have a
Yeah,
history of injuries.
yeah, cause
But
that's stupid. If I'm a motherfucker owner, you finna put some incentives on that bitch. Like it's just a
Mm,
marriage. It's a marriage, motherfucker. This your prenup, bitch. You better come to work. Your ass better come to work, ready to goddamn
mm,
work, or you don't get no motherfucking money. That's simple. What the fuck you talking about?
but
right.
K Styles said something earlier also. He said that they share 48% of the TV thing, right? Okay, I just looked up something. YouTube is paying the NFL $2 billion a year just
Woo.
for the
For the
NFL.
rights. Yeah, for the rights. Yeah.
Ooh,
Now think about that.
that's a lot of
They ain't
chicken.
getting 50%. Now think about those owners are sharing $1 billion a piece.
Why y'all think they coming over here? I've been telling y'all, man, if I get case I've been telling y'all YouTube is the place. Y'all used to laugh at us. We been telling y'all this is where it's at.
$2 billion a year.
Let me get this $2 super chat by Vincent Moore.
He ain't
Appreciate you.
got
He
enough.
said
2 billion. No, I'm not my bad.
he said he said Le'Veon Bell messed up his career holding out to me.
And
He
see,
did.
he messed up, but that's where that goes. This is why I say maturity is where things is gonna get caught up in, and this is what happened to even the wide receiver God dang it,
We're
Stephon
gonna find
Diggs.
another running back though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure.
Stephon Diggs, he got in his feelings, and now he got to work for his money. It's like at the end of the day, bro. It's like when you got a good situation, you already gotten paid. You already got. Stop fucking crying. Stop appreciate what you have. And a lot of these players don't appreciate because they think, oh, I can picture fit like AB and Julio, and I can get the hell on and somebody else gonna pay them. But the thing is, what's happening right now is that other teams is they're stepping. Look, they not taking it. They putting their foot down with this crap. They not taking all these guys. You look at what happened with Mr. Rashid Rice. He's looking like a damn fool right now, acting a damn fool. They not taking this shit no more. They
Yeah,
are not organization not taking that no more, bro.
But
yeah. Julio fucked it up for everybody else. Else you did, yeah, fucked it up.
what's funny about everything, people keep failing to realize what the NFL stands for. Not for long, right? That means
Mm-hmm.
there's another one of you out there somewhere,
It's
Right,
right.
right,
Mm-hmm.
and
right.
they're gonna be cheaper. So people, yeah, I don't understand these things.
And
Yeah.
Coach,
let me,
I'm glad you said that. What you got, Ant?
nah, I was just gonna say, let's not forget who got paid before Julio did that shit.
Mm,
It was Christian Kirk.
mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
his
Christian.
fault.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
that's
Chris.
right. It was.
It
Christian
was
Kirk.
it was Christian Kirk and Michael Thomas. Those were the
Michael
previous
Thomas.
two
Yep.
that got paid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, I'm gonna be
Now,
hurting every year for the rest of my life.
Hey, but they got paid when it was supposed to get paid. Julio still had 2 fucking years on his contract.
And that's what
right.
Mike said. That's what Mike said. The
Agreed.
belief in the power.
He had, matter of fact, he
Agreed.
had 3 years left on his fucking contract.
He that's what again, that's what Kev just said
Agreed.
about the greed and you start power tripping. Like
Yep.
that's the thing too, man. It's like we know you, Julio Jones, we appreciate everything, but at the end of the day, it's a team sport and you took money out of two families' mouth.
Now, I'm glad you said that, Mike, because this actually rolls into the next topic right here, which is team allocation and fifth year
Mm.
options.
Ooh boy.
He's actually smart.
Now, before we get to that, we got another $2 appreciation from Fred Butts. He said Sunday tickets should be on Direct TV.
Oh hell no! No, hell it shouldn't. No fucking hell no! Mm-mm.
Yes, y'all. I'm gonna
yeah.
That boy.
That's
Hey,
a,
yo,
you guys
hey,
anyway.
it'll take you
Get
about
rid of
5-6
Direct
hours to
TV.
get to a game, boy.
Bruh, folks. I
hey,
had that
don't
shit. Oh
don't
boy,
let
I
no
was,
storm come through.
Boy,
Oh,
what?
bro.
it's over,
Don't,
bro.
There's no
Hey,
game.
look,
don't let the
hey, look,
wind blow. Don't let the wind blow hard. It's over with.
It's
Man,
over,
look.
bro.
Hey, don't let it be 90 degrees outside. How about that?
Oh
No,
my God.
no. Look. If your neighbor come by your house whistling, your cable is out.
It's over.
Nah, but Jonathan said something too as well. Yeah, like I said, the NFL just signed that deal with Netflix for the exclusivity of the Christmas games.
Mm-hmm.
While y'all playing, Netflix coming up. While y'all playing, they used to have them trash ass movie. Now they be having you got them you got them action pack ass movie now. Now they got football on Netflix. They coming up on y'all ass.
Man, you just gotta 5 seconds forget about all that
Well,
shit.
because all the bullshit.
What's that,
Look,
Coach?
look, all
Gotta
the,
5 6, bro. I told you I got the. I told you.
hey, look, all the bullshit movies are on Tubi now, so they ain't got to worry about that.
Bruh, yeah.
All right, right.
Bruh.
It was a great black cinema.
And look,
Right.
look, but see, this is an interesting topic right here because as we were just saying, you got team allocations and fifth year options. And case in point, like Mike was just talking about, you have certain players like your quarterbacks and stuff like that, like your top tier players that get paid. A lot of times what they'll do is they will restructure their contracts in order to help the team. You got a lot of team allocations. Plus, you got guys, and this is what Mike and we have been screaming about for the last 3-4 years. When you got guys that you draft and you don't take advantage of their skill set, you're wasting their talent. And then what happens is if you don't do anything with them, they still got a fifth year option coming up. And a lot of times those guys play hoping that they get that fifth year option. Matter of fact, we just gave Kyle Pitts his fifth year option. You know what I'm saying? And like Coach was saying too, it goes based on performance. It goes, based on what you did during those couple of years after you get drafted and stuff like that. This kind of stuff right here, these two right here, if it's not done correctly, will absolutely mess up the team's salary cap money. Because this part right here, you got to be disciplined in how you give out contracts to players, especially new players. Big Will, what you got on this?
Or what? Fifth year option.
The team allocation and fifth year options.
Well, like you just said, man, if you don't manage it right, you'll be in hell. But hell, the Saints been in goddamn salary cap hell for 10 years straight. They still keeping their damn players. So I don't know how. You know what I mean? It's way to manipulate that shit. You got your good lawyer that know how to cook them books. Hey,
Shit, you got one in Atlanta now. Shit.
Yeah, right.
Shit, cooking books. He probably worked for the mafia. We don't even know it.
I mean, it's ways you can stay above it, and the thing is, what the Saints do is dangerous. Like, I wouldn't suggest anybody doing that because it's every year they're in the red. Like, you never actually the NFL has rules concerning teams always been in the red every year. So at some point they're gonna have to start over. So that's actually a rule in the NFL. So you can't continuously be in the red every year, and that's what the Saints are. So at some point they're going to have to start over. But as far as the fifth year option, this is no surprise to me. This is exactly what needs to be done. It's going to continue. It's only going to get worse. You're going to see a lot of teams and y'all heard me say this before. Me and Kid have been saying this for the last 3 years about these contracts. Because when we hired Arthur Smith, nobody paid any attention to anything that we said. We said this team was going to be cost efficient. Everybody thought we was absolutely insane when me and Kev said that. Said y'all gonna see a lot of 1 year deals. You're gonna see a lot of 3 to 4 year deals, and you really very seldom gonna see a 4 or 5 year deal. Every deal that you see with the Atlanta Falcons is always an extension for 2 to 3 years or something like that. Or they sign a guy that they really like for 2 to 3 years. It's never one of them things that's longer than 3 to 4 years. It definitely not longer than 4 years. They don't sign guys like that because what you don't want to do is spend a lot of that future money
Mm.
to start, and that's what the Saints are doing. They spending money for the future, and all that does, you got money for this year and the year after, but you spending a lot of that money in 2028, and that's what teams don't want to do.
Mm. What you got, Big Ant?
Yeah, I mean that 5th year option is basically like a kind of like an incentive. I'm gonna give you this 5th year option so you can prove to me that uh you deserve this contract that I'm gonna give you the following year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's smart because I don't want to give this guy a contract, and it's like I was saying earlier, and he don't perform the same way the next year I give him the contract, and now I'm stuck. I
Right.
look like
Can,
an
can,
ass. Go ahead.
let me say something right quick. Let me say this because I'm not going. Y'all gonna make me rant on, and I'm not gonna keep saying this. Like I'm not gonna answer this no more. I'm not gonna say this no more. Okay, we gonna stop this. What we gonna stop is this. Nothing phony about how Pitts. Okay? Nothing phony about what he is. The dude has unique talents. We don't see this in players, especially at that position. So ain't nothing phony about it. Okay? I would love to see your ass 6'6" at 240 and 50 pounds, run a 4.4 at 6'6". My brother exactly that height and size. And I see the physical I see the physical restraints that he 35 years old, 36 years old. So I see what he has to deal with physically. That's not natural for a guy that big to be able to move like that. So as he get injured over and over and over each year, it just get worse. Why am I saying this? Because when you look at Kyle Pitts, this is something he's never had to deal with. When you've never had that injury before, he's never had to deal with this. I remember I broke my damn toe. I thought it was the end of the fucking world, okay? I could not walk for 2 months because I had a broken pinky toe. My hip, my knees, everything started hurting because of a pinky toe. And this man sprung an AC. This man sprung his MCL and PCL, and we act like he's supposed to be the same player over and over again. Not even a full year from that injury, and the injury itself takes about a year and a half to get full strength. So again, I've already said it. What I was upset with Kyle Pitts was what seemed for me to be a lack of effort. It wasn't the fact that he didn't run the same. I didn't like because obviously he wasn't going to run the same. It just looked like he was disinterested. Now that I see that a coach has been there's been a coaching change and we got other guys in, you can see that excitement in him again. So
Well,
this is what I mean. We got to give these guys an opportunity to quote unquote prove that they are bust. This dude hasn't even proven that he is that. He's no we you only seen one tight end in the history of the game do what he done, and that's Mike Ditka. Give him a chance before we start throwing him to the wolves, man. Give him
here's
an
the
opportunity.
here's the problem. I know when I was a kid, growing up, my growth spurt hit. My knees were messed up. I couldn't walk straight for like 6 months. When a joint at that part of your body is in trouble, oh, that weight, 200 and some odd pounds, oh, that's a lot of weight to be dragging on a hurt. You heard the
Man.
point.
Mm.
I don't
But
care how much man you think you are. It's hard.
Yeah.
but kind of going on what you're talking about, the fifth year option, Kyle Pitts is pretty much the perfect example of what we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
as far as incentive wise. I mean, yes, his rookie year, he had Matt Ryan,
Yep.
almost broke a tight end rookie record.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Year two
Right.
and three, you ain't had the caliber of Matt Ryan. You ain't seen the same
You
results.
ain't seen the same one.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm.
glad you said that.
so
Don't
this
say.
is just based on the Kyle Pitts thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
the thing about it is, by them signing him to that fifth year option, they see something in him and you're bringing in a type of caliber quarterback that could probably get the best out of him.
There you go. There
But
you
here's the
go.
funny part. Ant said this earlier in the day. You might not see Kyle Pitts. Hello. I was about to start cooking, and then she just popped up and threw me all the way off.
Hey, y'all already been seeing Dirty Kurt working on the placement drill. Look where he been putting the balls at for goddamn
See,
Drake London.
I
mm-hmm.
mean,
That
Ain't
see
boy,
good.
wow.
what did I say? What did I say on the other show? The
Yeah,
one thing that Kirk Cousins has, and I'm gonna give it back to you, K Styles, is
good.
he can sit down and watch you run a route and say, "Hey, do it this way. Where do you like the ball? Oh, I
I
like to catch it up high. I like to catch it off to the side. I like to catch it over my shoulder. Okay, I'll place the ball over there. Just run this route, and I got you." That's what a veteran quarterback knows how to do. So he can get the best out of somebody like Kyle Pitts.
all right.
Go ahead, K Styles.
So, let me get this number right quick. Anybody know where he even ranks in the
What,
NFL as a tight end just in receptions itself?
What's the number?
He's 16th in the league, and we coming off in receptions. 16th. Tight ends don't get the ball that much anyway. They don't get targeted like that anyway. So the fact that he got targeted 90 times, and a lot of us can agree, I think we all can agree that he wasn't targeted the way that we felt he should have been, or used the way he should have been. The fact that he still got 90 targets in a year that we know that wasn't a standard, a prototypical Kyle Pitts year. And then you look at another thing, 12 yards a catch, man. 12 yards a catch, even in a down year.
Mm,
12 yards a catch for a tight end. Some wide receivers don't even get that. So this is what I mean by, and then you couple that with 3 quarterback changes in the season. He got 3 quarterback changes in the season. So I'm. This is another reason why I would say it's like a lot of time our frustrations, we be frustrated at the wrong person when we should be frustrated at the guy or the guys or the men that are in charge of said offense because you're not using these guys properly.
right.
Now, one thing you just said, Mike, I think, like I say, I looked at a lot of those games. Spacing was terrible,
It was terrible.
Terrible.
and I think Kyle could have had a better season last year if the spacing was better because he's throwing in. There was too much traffic around him because he had 2
Wade.
receivers in the same area. He's going to win
Mm-hmm.
a lot of those one-on-one battles,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't have
Right.
that too because there was always 3 people around him because it was over top and underneath, and then the wide receivers in the same area. So you got
Yep.
3 receivers around 2 people. So
Yeah.
it hurts
But-
a lot.
But coach, this goes to what this person right here, Christopher Wright. He said, Kirk took the time to learn where his wide receivers like the ball, and they learned his likes and dislikes on their bonding trip. And that's the point. That's the point we were making about that trip and when Drake London was talking about. One thing that people don't give Matt Ryan credit for, but we could all see when he played for the Falcons, he knew exactly where Julio liked the ball.
I was just about to go to that too.
Yeah.
One more dude that liked to do placement was Matt Ryan. The only goddamn when he was off at was Julio Jones in the goddamn end zone because Julio was always out of damn practice. I always heard the shit come practice the end zone shit. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else, go ahead, finish what you saying.
Even when it came to Tony Gonzalez, he knew exactly where Tony Gonzalez wanted it.
Throw it to the end zone.
Throw it to the end zone. He
threw it right in the back. Throw it to the bar. That's it. He'll go get it.
Throw it up high.
We knew where Calvin really liked the ball.
Like
So as to the sideline as possible.
It wasn't in the middle. I know that.
I want all my passes on the sideline.
So he can get out of bounds.
I'm gonna have to give my boy a little credit now. He went across the middle a couple of times when Matt Ryan was throwing the ball. But the other motherfucker, he wouldn't trust no other motherfucker going across the middle. He knew Matt Ryan was gonna get his head knocked off.
Look. He also too when he went across that field one too many times, he got popped. Them
I totally disagree.
Came out.
I don't agree with that.
Look, even when he was here, he was backstepping. So I'm not even
Hey, he caught that bitch across the middle. He might have moonwalked his ass back 20 yards back to the other way. He caught that bitch.
That don't count. That
don't count, sir.
All right, well, look, man, we a little bit over the hour mark, man. We got one more topic before we get into the question, get into y'all questions, man. And this right here is gonna pretty much sum up the show right here. And a lot of y'all gonna like this because now we gonna have the people that come in, but the QB contract issue. Yeah, I'm being messy. Yeah, I'm being real messy. And the reason why I bring this up, and we're going to bring this to the present, is because a lot of people, including us, had an issue with how Kirk Cousins got the contract, and then we turned around and we drafted Junebug. Now, the problem is a lot of people did not understand the totality of what he was signed to because the media was blasting it. Oh, he got paid over $100 million, such and such and such dollars, but never told you what the breakdown was. So instead of educating y'all, they played on y'all emotions. So I want Coach to take lead on this. Coach, in your opinion, what do you feel would be the quarterback contract issue?
What with Kirk Cousins or
in general? I just use Kirk as an example.
Well, I'm gonna use him as an example too. People don't think he deserved that money because of his age, for one. His age, and supposedly he hasn't won playoff games. Wow. But has he had an offense like this? We had Justin Jefferson. Yeah, I'm gonna give you that. He's a beast. But has he had more than one guy that can take it to the next level? No.
Okay, the running back was always hurt. The running back was always hurting Creed.
Yeah, they had an old line like this.
No.
So when he came here, it's like, okay, that's a good thing. But what's funny about the whole thing, you knew Kurt was coming here. They've been talking about Kurt since they got here. He was already scheduled to come to Atlanta. So Kurt knew what he wanted to do. Kurt wanted to be in Atlanta. He said he's been trying to get in Atlanta, but it just never worked out that way. People don't hit that point. He's been trying to get back to Atlanta
ever since Matt Ryan. He been trying to get here, man.
So, but hey, man, I'm like this. I don't have no problem with nobody contract. You gonna give me the money, I'm gonna take that shit. I'm serious, man. If somebody's willing to give you that money, you can't be mad at that's why you in somebody else's pocket. Why you in somebody else's pocket? That's my thing.
Right.
You ain't paying it.
Right.
So I don't have no problem with nobody's contract, man. See, give me $5. Oh shit.
Ah, la, 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 la.
I don't
What you
think
got?
that's money, man. That's the thing.
What you got, Big Ant?
Yeah, it's like what Coach saying, man. I hate it when people pocket watch these players, bro. Like it drives me nuts.
It's a lot
Like,
of shit.
I mean, it's a lot, but if the team thinks that he deserves that contract, then I'm going to accept it because they believe in him. Obviously, okay. Call me delusional, whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna follow because they have not steered me wrong since they came here. So I'm gonna, if they believe that this quarterback is gonna take us to the promised land, guess what? Lead us there. Let's ride.
Mm-hmm.
I just picture Russell Wilson just saying,
Shut up! Shut up!
I'm gonna go.
Hey, he go. They go to alley oop.
Appreciate it.
Also, like,
I knew he was gonna go there. I knew he was gonna go there.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
man.
You
Riding
know
all
what?
to
I'm
the
gonna
bank.
go in a different direction. You're right. I'm going to say the QB contract issue is not so much teams or the players. It's the media and the fan. It's the media and the fan base. And I'm gonna say it why. Number one, we all have our opinions on who we think is a quote unquote quality player for whatever team they play on. So the media knows that the fans have this kind of mentality. So they, like you said, they figure, well, this player, I like this player. I feel he should get paid whatever he's getting paid. Or I don't like this player. I don't think he should get paid what he's getting paid. And then the media takes that and says, yeah, you know what, we're gonna drive that narrative. Oh, yeah, just because we don't like him, he shouldn't get $100 million. And then this is what they do. They throw in age, they throw in injuries. Do you know that 3/4 of the NFL players right now are injured? Even the good ones, even the top tier players are injured at some point. Do you know that age is not something nobody's gonna escape in the NFL? There are still older players that still play decent in the NFL. Those two things you ain't gonna get away from. So why does it matter? It comes down to really all. It's basically about who we like,
Hey,
because
Warren going.
the owners ain't looking at it like that. But the biggest issue is on our end, not the owners' end. Because if the owners don't think you're gonna be worth a damn, they're not gonna pay you.
Tax write off.
Thank you.
Bingo.
But it's kind of funny you mentioned that too. But these are the same people that wanted Deshaun Watson.
Coach almost cussed in
Coach,
Japanese.
now you
Almost
stop
messed
it.
up.
Stop it.
That's what I'm saying. Like Warren went in the same direction I was going in. You know what I mean? Like, only reason it's a big deal because this motherfucker came off of Achilles injury,
bruh.
and he's in his goddamn
Stop
mid-30s.
lying, Will. It's
Yeah, he's in
because
his
he white.
mid-30s.
It's because he's a cracker.
Well,
Stop lying.
we know that. I ain't want to pull the race card right there, but I'm just wanting to go on another,
I
hit him
will,
in another
goddamn
way.
it. It's because he's a cracker and he looks similar to Matt Ryan, okay?
But the thing is, though, this is man's first major injury. They act like this man can't heal back from Achilles injury. Your body can rebuild a fucking liver. You don't think you can fucking goddamn heal an Achilles? Come on, bro.
It may not be as flexible as it used to be, but yes, the body can repair itself.
Hey, that's why they got injury prevention. That's why they got the knees over toe guy who teach you how to goddamn build up. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, they got too much money in the NFL not to get that proper treatment. They keep them from getting injured. Come on, bro. You just got to put your money into your body. That's all it is, bro.
Put your money into your body.
They ready to goddamn bench this man before he take a fucking snap.
But let this man put up 4,000, 5,000 yards this season. Oh, he gonna be the best thing since mayonnaise
Oh,
and
that's
talk.
different, right? It's
Oh,
different.
you
No,
sure about that one? You
they gonna
sure
be
about
like,
that?
yeah, the black man could have did it better. The black man could have threw 45 touchdowns.
Justin
Mm,
Field could have got
yep.
1,500 yards
Cause,
passing.
hey, I know a dude that was here 13 years and did like 10 years of 4,000 yards. They still
Hey,
don't
hey,
spend that
hey,
motherfucker.
hey, but you know what? Right now, in the condition we in, ain't nobody. Beggars can't be choosers. We got to get this. We got to get this playoff run. We've been sitting behind the 8 ball for too long. After these 3 debacles, nah, bro.
Yep. Yeah.
They gonna take
Exactly.
whatever they can get right now. We've been knocking on the playoff doors for 3 years straight.
Man,
Mm,
I seen somebody show that say he don't belong in the Hall of Fame. You can't do just off stats. So I'm saying, like, if you take away the Super Bowl, what other metric do you say this man don't belong in the Hall of Fame? Because he top 10 in every major category
We just talked
that's
about
out
that
there.
too. We just
You know what I'm
talked
saying?
about
So
that
what?
2 shows ago.
I
You know what I
said
mean?
I'm getting mad as hell. I say I can't get too mad because I'm watching this dumb motherfucker show. So I can't get too mad. It's my choice being in this bitch. But I'm like, yeah, come on, bro. You moving the goalpost. Stop moving the goalpost.
Well, it goes back to what we said. It's about who we like. Because
Right.
remember now, you can't say in one if and I said it before. If you take away all of the stats, it's probably gonna be about 7 people that got Super Bowls that's really gonna be in the Hall of Fame. It ain't gonna be a whole lot. It gonna be a handful. It's gonna be a handful. Without the stats, a lot of people ain't getting into the Hall of Fame.
bruh.
That's got multiple Super Bowls.
There are
Yeah, and you know, you had some folks in the chat were talking about, well, what about Dan Marino? Dan Marino, you know what I'm saying? Dan Marino ain't got no goddamn Super Bowl. He in the Hall of Fame.
exact.
What
That's what I
they
was.
kept
Yep.
moving, to the goddamn goalpost. I'm like, man, fuck these folks, bro.
Oh, no, I know what you talking
I
about
know
because
you
I
talking.
asked the same question. Yeah, because name that shall not be mentioned sent the invitation. I ain't seen them back since. But
He watching.
Pussy PUSSY.
And
going
that's an
off
offer.
going off of what Will said, a lot of times when a lot of people talk about who's deserving of Hall of Fame, let's just be honest with you. All this shit is like I said, all it is based on how certain fans feel about a certain player and how media feel
Yep.
about a certain player.
Popularity.
That's
It's,
it.
and I forgot who I was watching, but that's kind of exactly what they were saying. I think it may have been no. You know what? Nope, it was Charles Barkley. Oh, the interview with Shannon Sharp. He said the same thing. He pretty much like the media can dictate your legacy as far as the game itself. That
Mhm.
I'm kind of paraphrasing it a little
Mhm.
bit, but yeah, but like I said, I don't really care to get into like conversations like that because, like you said, just based off the tone that you use as far as speaking on that subject lets me know where the bias is going to be at. So it really doesn't upset me. It actually makes me laugh.
But I'm gonna
Well,
let people know
Yeah.
Matt's okay. I'm gonna tell you why. He's on CDS.
yeah. But I'm
Dumbasses.
gonna take a page out of Mad Mike's book. A lot of it has to do with these media outlets that's supposed to be representing the team, i.e., D-Led and the rest of these goofballs, because they have held back a lot of great players, especially on this Falcons team, that should be in the Hall of Fame. But it goes to what K Styles said: it's popularity over production. The only time they want to talk about production is when it comes up to Pro Bowls or when a player has just wowed you with whatever athleticism they got, and all of a sudden the numbers matter now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Let
When
me
it
ask
comes to
you a
that.
question. Let me ask you a question. It's probably gonna be a little bit left, but let's. What's the real reason why they got rid of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X?
outspoken.
They was outspoken, but they were a threat to
To
become a household name. Anytime you're a threat to be a household name, they don't want you anywhere near it. So they try to do everything to demonize you. And this is the exact same thing when it comes down to a lot of these issues. It's like they don't want certain things to be. And this is what case I was just saying about the media has the power to dictate your legacy is because this is what they do. They try to shit on anything that they don't want. So when you don't have a Martin Luther King that's willing to stand up for certain people in certain avenues, those people that's had like a quote unquote Matt Ryan that's been doing everything right by the book and he's done everything great. He don't get the recognition because he don't have a Martin Luther King in politics. He's not a politician. So they don't want the Martin Luther King to even sit next to them because guess what? Their standards are gonna have to change. When they standards change, that's when they start worrying because they no longer have control over the media and the people now. So they don't want the fans to be smart. So they keep stupid fucks like D-Led in number one. They keep stupid fucks like Jeff Schultz because all they care about is their own personal gains and their friends' gain, and they don't look at guys like Jesse Tuggle, the Tommy Nobis. It's a fucking shame why have nobody. When the last time you heard D. Led say he gonna try to do everything he can to talk to some of his journalistic friends to say, all right, we're going to get Tommy Nobis. I want to start it right now. Arthur Smith, you can go to Arthur Blank right now and say, Arthur, can you invest in this cause for me? I need about $5 million so I can pay these journalists to do a show for me for Tommy fucking Nobis. He don't even do that. They don't want to do that.
You know, there's 50 voters for this Hall of Fame, right?
Right.
D-Led is a voter. D-Led is actually a voter.
He's a voter.
I have a list of all the voters.
Yes.
Hall of Fame voters.
But also, I'm gonna piggyback off what you said too, Mike, and I'm gonna take it a step further. Another reason why they got rid of MLK was because of the simple fact MLK wanted to change the economics and make it a level playing field. So what Mike was saying too, when you have journalists and everything and media pundits that want to sit up here and dictate your legacy, it's also dictating how people get paid. Because now guess what? If there's a player that and we've seen this, what happens at every draft? They pick one player, they say that dude is gonna be the dude of this draft. And they follow that player all the way through their career until they don't. And then they say, oh, well, you know what? He was a bust. And then they sweep it under the rug. And then they'll get a player like we've seen that ain't done squat and say, well, he's the dude. And the media will push him. And as long as everybody likes him, that brings in money. Why? Because everybody wants to see if they're wrong. Everybody wants to see if you're wrong. So they want to see if he does good. Oh, man, I'm going to tune in next week. That's bringing them money.
Anybody want to know why they like all these white boys with blonde hair and pretty blue eyes and all that type of shit? Like it's like y'all ever think they all of them look exactly the same. Even not just white people. We see the same thing with black people. We see these Drake lookalikes. They real yellow. Okay, they real yellow. They skin complexion is really neat and no blemishes and all that type of stuff. It's a reason why they get these good looking people. It's a distraction to kind of get you guys away from what the truth is. And what the truth is all about, man, they don't want you to think. They don't want you to think about a lot of people not being treated fairly. There's a lot of guys that haven't been treated fairly, and they don't care about being treated fairly. They just trying to get as much as they want.
I'm going to say it like this, man. And like you said, and I will continue to say this, this is not necessarily, my war is not necessarily just from the fans aspect, for the fans, but it's more so to the media and stuff like that. Like you said, let's just be honest. You can ask anybody in this chat. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Michael Vick was a blessing and a curse to the city of Atlanta and the Atlanta Falcons.
Facts.
The reason why I say he was a blessing because he brought eyes in a new generation where we was losing. We was losing them eyes.
Mm-hmm. Oh
But
yeah.
but the curse of it is now his popularity is the standard for what the media and some of the fans want in Atlanta by any means necessary. So you will bypass every other accolade that a player has, but if he doesn't bring that certain pop, then like I said, it's a no-go. Like I said, and you said something. You said about D-Led being one of the voters in the Hall of Fame. It's a damn shame that you got Tommy Nobles. Most of the new school Falcon fans don't even know who the hell Tommy Nobles is.
Hell, no clue.
Nope.
Most of these folks ain't seen one of the greatest tackles that ever played the Atlanta Falcons, Bob Whitfield.
Nobody even know.
Oh, most of these new Falcon fans know him because his wife was on Basketball Wives or whatever the fuck show.
Yeah.
Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah.
Whatever that bullshit is. Most of these new fans forgot that the Braves Brian Jordan was a hell of a safety for the Atlanta
Beforehand. Yep.
Mr. Two Sport.
One of the few besides Dion to be able to play in both sports.
And both.
Most of the new fans don't even know who Ray Buchanan is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they were literally saying us at the training camp, who is that guy?
Tim Dwight. And like you say, and this is one of the major issues why there's such a generational fan divide in Atlanta, because it's about understanding the history and the guys that came before us. The guys that came before that we may not, like you said, Coach, he may have lived in a time when, like you said, you have a Mike Ken, Scott Case out here, Billy White Shoe Johnson. And I come from an era from the 98 team. So this is two different generations.
Right.
Yep.
But as being a journalist and being a media guy that's supposed to be 14, if I remember correctly, I don't even think D-Led really likes the Falcons. I think he said that.
No, he don't really.
D-Led has never. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
I think he's a Cowboys fan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. D-Led has never. Let me tell y'all something. Some of these content creators, we ain't talking about the locals, but some of the ones that's like national now, a lot of them, like you got a couple that's like Pittsburgh fans. They not really for the Falcons. They just talking about the Falcons because they live in the city. Let's not get it twisted. They not for the Falcons. They just talk about it because it's their job.
Look what John said. Mike Vick was football cocaine for Atlanta.
Bruh, I'm talking about borderline fentanyl.
That was doing that crack epidemic too.
Right. I see what you did, Coach. I see what you did there.
Hey, look, and I'm gonna tell y'all something too. And like I said, y'all can clip this, y'all. And I know some of you motherfuckers gonna clip this and share it in they We Hate AFN groups on Facebook. Yeah. Let me say it like this. When Mike Vick played for the Atlanta Falcons, do y'all remember what the standard for the Falcons teams, as far as the media and the fans were, as far as the teams when Michael Vick played?
See Michael run.
Be exciting.
Yep, be exciting.
What's the 3 words, Juan?
Run, nigga, run.
Run, nigga, run.
Yep, because And y'all get pissed off when we say it, and we'll say it again. And I'm not ashamed to say it. What did he do outside of him revolutionizing the contracts
Michael
and
Vick
popularity?
was-
He ran, nigga ran.
Look. You can go to the NFL YouTube page and look up Michael Vick's 50 greatest plays. This is my homework for everybody. I want y'all to look at that particular video. And I want you to count out how many pass plays, what's the run pass percentage of those highlight plays that they show on there. Because out of those 50 plays, I think I saw like 8 passes.
And we ain't talking about, don't come in here talking about you saw critical throws. We don't want to hear that.
And the crazy part about it, he did make great throws, but they don't care nothing about them.
No, the man had an arm out this world. He had an arm out this world.
He had a laser.
Because the thing about it was touch me, tease me.
God damn. Oh,
so what y'all are saying then? This is just my thinking outside the box. Michael Penix is going to change that dynamic. You see another Michael who can throw the ball.
Oh my God!
Coach,
Here we go, Coach.
I get what Coach is coming with this one.
Think about it.
Junebug.
I forgot about Junebug. That's right, my bad.
No, you can call him my bad. I just call him Junebug because I said I am not gonna be buying no Michael Penix jersey.
Yeah,
I got one coming.
The only reason why I'm saying that because you one letter away from having a penis across your back.
Yeah,
so
Hey, the X may break off if it comes to it.
But the problem is a lot of people here in Atlanta know of Michael Penix because he was the popular name in college. But if you're
right quick,
go ahead.
Coach, you do know X is S in Spanish.
You know what?
Go to fucking hell.
We're not doing this.
This show is fucking over. No.
We're not doing this.
Undelayed.
Son of a
Delay.
See, that's exactly why I call him Junebug. That's exactly
no. What the hell?
But here's the thing. This is
man here was.
This is where the media and the fans are going to be very interested with this dynamic of Junebug. Because he doesn't run like that.
No. Mm-mm.
Now, my question to y'all is, if he doesn't run like that, are y'all going to be still accepting of him?
And are the wins that this young man produces going to overshadow your like for his athleticism? Are you gonna pay more attention? Because what we didn't set this now very closely. There's a difference between being an athlete and a quarterback.
Throw, nigga, throw.
So
TNT.
Dynamite.
I'm going to need two. I need $2.22. Everybody is hereby fine. Okay.
Can I send that in pesos?
Pesos.
Hold on, one goddamn nigga. I ain't saying that. I ain't saying goddamn thing. What the hell?
Pesos.
He said you being fined by association.
By association, goddamn.
Nah, but yeah. But the thing, like you said,
Look, he got you on a family penalty.
Hey, that ass whipping everybody used to get. Oh, y'all ain't saying shit? Okay. Whoop everybody ass in there,
But yeah, this is the thing. This is the thing. When you fall in love with the 40 times that he ran at the pro day, now everybody is expecting him to be of something
to be that.
past.
Mm-hmm.
But if you actually watched his game, that 40 time doesn't really play a big factor in his game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
It's a weapon when needed.
Right.
But if you're expecting this guy to be Michael Vick 2.0, where he's running for 1,400 yards a season, you're expecting the wrong thing.
Here's basically what K Styles is saying, and I'm gonna say it in an ugly way. If you're expecting this young man to run in a straight line, number one, that means we don't have no O-line to protect him. So that's an accident waiting to happen. That means all his injuries that people complain about in college will show up. Trust and believe. So that means you basically saying if you want this man to run, and y'all not going to like when I say this, if y'all want this man to run and just run for his career, y'all basically embracing failure. Because that means everybody else around him on that team, on that side of the ball, has failed him. That means there is no O-line protection. That means there are no weapons that are getting open. I'm talking about running backs, tight ends, and wide receivers. Nobody's doing their job. So if he's running around like that, just know the team has failed. The coaching staff has failed. Plain and simple.
There you go.
Well, look, man, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to The Therapist ATL78 on YouTube and on X. Look, man, we're gonna bring these NFL Flashback Fridays to you up until the beginning of the season and everything. It won't be this Friday coming up. It'll be the next Friday, and we'll hit you up with some more stuff. But before I do that, Coach, what you got going on Saturday morning on the Bird Feeder?
All right. Are the Falcons a front or are they for real?
Ooh.
That's the case. Why you dropping?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because the media got us up here, but things have happened this year. It's a totally different team.
Hey, I love it.
Y'all better stay tuned.
Hey, I'm telling you, make sure you guys subscribe to the 6-Man K Styles, Mad Mike Sports, Coach Unchained. Also, make sure you go check out Big Will, Everything Atlanta Sports. Like I said, man, we are the network. You can catch us almost every day of the week and twice and 3 times on the weekend. But, hey, one thing I want to drop on you guys and what all of us do here, besides talking about the facts, the stats, and the truth, hey, we seek the truth and make a difference. We're going to give y'all evening back. We getting out of here because I'm hungry.
Me too.
Me too.
Bye, bitches.
Hey,
Stop playing in that toilet.
Shut up, K-Style.
I still can't find a beer.
Let's see when Junebug get that first run, that's what they're gonna be singing. Touch me, tease me.